Hello, Assassin X1 here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make yourself a nice basic intro. The basic advice I have at the beginning of this is I've seen a few people on the forums from the network I am with offering to pay people to make an intro when you don't need to. Okay, accept the fact you're a new channel, you're just starting out. Start out with something simple. You don't have any expensive software to do it with, doesn't matter. You start out with a basic intro, and I'm going to show you how and the easiest way to accomplish this. So, my first recommendation is, a lot of people have recommended Movie Maker, the Windows Movie Maker standard for making productions. It is pretty good, but it's shit, if you know what I mean. For what we want, it's not very versatile. So the first thing I will recommend, you need the NCH Videopad Video Editor. Now, this is a paid product with a twist. You can download a free version for non-commercial use only via this link here. I will give a link to the main site at the end of my video in the description for you to download, and then it's up to you. You can choose to either purchase it or use the free version, which still has all the features unlocked. It's very, very, very nice software to use. And if you want to make a tiny little bit of 3D text for your site, you have this, but it's not very good. I would recommend just using the standard text functions for your first intros. So this is how it looks when you use the free version. You simply have to click that every time you start, and you're good to go. Voila! So we're gonna go to new project here, and I pre-made myself a directory on my desktop with just a couple of items in. So let's see, you want to make a background. Okay, you can use a still picture like this. Stick on your picture. 15 seconds. Let's add a bit of text to it now. Text. There we go. So just move the timeline to get it back on, and there you go. So we've just made our first little basic intro. So then we want that to span a little bit longer. We would just drag that text out to there. So Assassin X1. So then let's add another text straight after it. We can just click the add text again to add a second text clip, which we will, it already put in there for us. So let's just already make that a tiny little bit longer. Second text clip. Then let's edit the text. Double click on it to edit. And then demo intro, like so. So there you have a little basic intro already, which doesn't look too bad, and with very little work we made that in what, 25-30 seconds. And then what you would do is we would stick a tiny little bit of music behind that intro. Then let's have a look for some music clips, which I have. Okay, intro packs. Here we have my theme. So I'm going to add that. But oh dear, it's a tiny bit long and a bit loud. Right, I think what we will do here, we're going to split all tracks, cut the beginning of that, slide that up to there. We will make an ending at 20 seconds. That's a nice long intro time. 20 seconds, split, cut that. So now we're left with this. Right, so let's just make a couple of modifications. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Right, I just had to restart quickly. Oh, it's the recording software what's doing, no problem. Anyway, where were we? Right, we've got our basic intro here now, like this. So, okay, it's a little bit basic. Think we could spice this up a little bit. So, let's have a look. What can we do to make this a little bit more attractive? Okay, for a start, let's make that text a tiny little bit bigger in the box. Let's see how that looks now. Then the same here. Come on, select it all. There we go. Right, that should be a little bit more noticeable now. So, what else can we do to make this a little better? Okay, let's shorten that one down a tiny bit. Let's move that, shorten that down a tiny bit more there. As I said, it's very easy to use this. So what we want to do now is let's add a transition. Then if I just add a blank, we just want to split that here, delete that, and drag that back to where we want it, to the start. Make that just connect up there. Come on. There. The zooming is great for doing things like this. And then what we will do, we will add a fade on there, a fade on there. So that's a text clip too. So let's split selected, delete that, move that onto there. Let's make a fade and a fade. And then let's see what happens. Ooh, wait, look at that. So that's pretty nice. We've got that sorted. So we have a first little demo vid here now. So what we could do also with the sound is give it a little fade in and a fade out. And you notice there's really with this package not much editing needed. And you've got yourself a nice little intro. And then also if you want it to be a little smarter, you could make that fade at the end too. And then we will export the videos. So I want to take that to my desktop temp. And we're now going to make the demo video. Save. So there, settings are good. And then this video you can place at the beginning of every video you make. So we'll first open it with my favorite VLC. You see it's a proper video file we just made. So there you go, that's one. That's one very basic intro we made. So yeah, okay. It is still a tiny bit plain, but it's still an intro. You can still get your signature out there. But the advantage with a package like this, we can very easily just switch things over, modernize it, and upgrade slightly. So let's go back onto my temp folder. This is the clip I made for my first intro. Well, very similar to the clip I made for my first intro. And there you go, suddenly you have a nicely animated intro. And what we would want to do is cut that video off where the sound is. Split selected, delete. So we're good there. And then if we want it to be even smarter now, just to make it slightly fancier, let's go into edit. Let's align that at the top. Let's make the text much bigger there. And let's give it a red outline. Okay. So there we go. And our second piece of text. Let's turn that to that. Let's align that at the bottom. Let's make it slightly bigger. Red outline. A tiny bit smaller than that. There we go. Or now we can get a tiny little bit more complex and we can start overlaying the files like this. So let's make that now spread out most of the length of the video, and we want this to kick in just under halfway, the second part of it, which will fade out just before. There we go. Right, let's export this now to a video just to show you it works, and we will call this demo 2. Create. There we go. Let's just close this down now. Right, here's the first video. You already saw it opened with VLC. Let's open it now with the Windows Media Player. And again, you can see it's a proper video. It will open with any media practically. So there we have made our first intro. Looks pretty nice, even though it's basic, gotta say. And then here's the slightly upgraded version of the intro we made. Opens with VLC Media Player, opens with Windows Media Player, and probably again any other media player. And there you go. Pretty much how to make yourself a basic intro in under 5 minutes without breaking a sweat, without spending any money. Guys, I hope you find this useful. AssassinX1 out.